Hello guys, welcome again to this edition of the series that I've been making on Jamb most repeated topics. So today I will take most repeated topics in chemistry. I know many people will be wondering why I'm making videos on most repeated topics. So I do this because I notice some people fail too. Okay, let me begin. So the first topic I have here is compound and mixtures. So on compound, it works for types of mixtures, pure and impure mixtures, and the examples of each of them. Then they works on separation of mixtures too. Separation of mixtures, each of these separation techniques, you have to know them, their definitions and examples. For example, now distillation, where do you use it? In distilled gin, distilled water, and all of that. Then for sublimation is to separate substances that can change directly from solid to gases. Then another topic I have here is nature of matter. On nature of matter, I have atoms, elements, mixtures. So you should be able to define atom, define element, define mixture, and some other things on it. Then another topic I have here is stoichiometry. On stoichiometry, know how to balance chemical equations. That is very, very important. Know how to balance chemical equations. Then you should be able to know how to solve some questions on moles, mass, relative atomic mass, relative molecular mass, percentage by mass, many questions like that. Then still on stoichiometry, know about all these laws, law of multiple proportion, definite proportion, constant proportion. Know those laws too and their examples. Then another topic I have here is atomic theory. In atomic theory, you should know how atom is being discovered, who discovered an atom, and some atomic particles, and who discovered them, who discovered proton, who discovered neutron, who discovered nucleus, and how they discovered them, and some other names like and the models, Rutherford model and Thomson model, and all of that, you know them. Then on atomic theory too, you can be asked on isotopy. Know what isotopy is, what isotopy is, isobar, isotones, electronic ions, know that. So you have to know. Then how to find the numbers of proton, numbers of neutron, numbers of electron. Be able to know that too. Then how to find relative abundance of isotopes. Please note that too. The other topic I have here is chemical bonding. On chemical bonding, know the types of bonding, the ionic or electrophilic bond. Then you have dative bond or coordinate bond, and the examples, please, very important. Then know chemical structures. So know electronic configuration of each element, at least 1 to 20 elements. Then know how to put them into shell, KMNO4 shell. Know all of that, because they can use that to ask you, to test you if you actually know what you are doing or not. Another part is gas laws. On gas laws, know about Boyle's laws, Charles laws, and all of those, and know about kinetic theory of matter too, very important, and those theories. Then another topic is acid, base, and salt. On acid, base, and know acid, know base, the definitions, and know what a salt is. Then some classes of acid, the weak, the strong acid, and their examples. Then all these Arrhenius acid, Arrhenius base, Lewis acid, Lewis base, Brustolari acid, and Brustolari. You have to know their definitions and examples. They can ask you what is the conjugate acid, what is the conjugate base. Know that too. Then water of crystallization. Know that. Then there are some things you should know too on salt. That water of crystallization, know about salt. Then hygroscopy, delinquency, efflorescence, know that too. Then property of salt. Then hydrolysis of salt, that's salt and water, addition of salt and water, that's hydrolysis, know that too. Then another topic is periodic table and periodicity. On periodic table, know the groups, the period, the blocks, SPDF blocks, and elements you can find in each period. What is a group? What is a period? Then on periodicity, know the trends. When you are moving from left to right, what will happen? And the periodic properties, please note that, and periodic functions. Note that, very, very important. Then another part is, nuclear chemistry. On nuclear chemistry, know about radioactivity, how to find half-life, and some other questions they can ask on that. The another part is quantitative and qualitative analysis. On qualitative analysis, you ask about film test. When you eat sodium, what will be the color? When you do something, what will be the effect? So they will ask you on that too. Then properties of some element and compound, please try to note that. They always ask questions, like they can ask you what substance will give a rotting egg smell, that's NO2, or that's H2S. And then what property can bring a brown flame, that's NO2, and all of that. Then they can also ask you on pollution, types of pollution, air, water, and their examples. Please note that. Then what is water? Hard water, soft water. How can you correct hard water? How can you correct soft water? So all of that. Hard water. So then you have to know about solution and types. What is types of solution? What is a solution? What is suspension? Please note them, and types. True solution, false solution, that is also called colloid, and the examples of colloid. Please note that. The another part is oxidation and reduction. On oxidation and reduction, know how you can define oxidation and reduction based on oxygen, based on hydrogen, electronegativity, and that. Know how to calculate oxidation number, oxidation state, then how to balance a redox reaction. So please, very important. The other part is electrolysis. On electrolysis, know what electrolysis is: electrolyte, electrode, then preferential discharge, which element will discharge before another. Please note that, very, very important. And some applications of electrolysis, in purification, in electroplating, and all of that. And in electroplating, which element will be in the cathode, which element will be in the anode. You know that. Then on another topic is non-metals. On non-metals, just know the unique property of each of the non-metals. Non-metals start from group 4 to the group 7. So you have to know them and properties of each of them. Please, very, very essential. And know the element in group 0 too. Then another topic that I want you to know there is also metals. On metals, know the types of metals, where they can be found, their groups, and their properties, general properties of metals too: ductile, malleable. And when we say malleable, that means it can be drawn into what? When we say ductile, it can be drawn into what? So it can be hammered into what? So you have to know that. Then alloys of metals, some alloys, then some ores of metals too. Like, where can you find aluminium, where can you find iron, where can you find copper, and all of that. And for alloys too, brass is made up of what and what? Copper and something. Bronze made up of what? Copper and something. So you have to know all of those things too. Then another part is organic chemistry, which will be the last topic. On organic chemistry, they will ask you about cracking, reforming of petroleum. Then they will ask about hydrocarbon, homologous series, types of homologous series, functional groups, and the types. Then major functional groups, like try to know the nomenclature, how to name the major functional groups, like alkane, alkyne, alkanoid, alkanoic acid, amide, and amine. So know how to name them. For amide and amine now, know which one is primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. Then on alkanol too, know the primary alkanol, secondary alkanol, tertiary alkanol, and monohydric alkanol, dihydric alkanol, trihydric alkanol. So know them, very, very essential. Then some reactions, like their substitution, addition. Then know condensation, which functional group can exhibit each of these reactions. Then their physical and chemical properties too. Then they can ask you on isomerism too. On isomerism, types of isomerism, how do you find isomers of a compound. Then another part they can still ask you on organic chemistry is saponification. What is saponification? What is the product? Then they can ask you on esterification too. What is the product? They can ask you on hydrolysis. What is the product? They can ask you to talk about rubber, types of rubber, natural and synthetic rubber, and examples. Then they can ask you to talk about plastics too. On plastics, set plastic or thermoplastic, and examples. Then they try and read about all these major polymers too. What is polymerization, and types of polymerization, and some major polymers like carbohydrates, starch, and all. So read from your textbooks and your syllabus, very, very essential. Please don't go away, like the video, comment, and subscribe, and please share with your friend. Bye.